Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with 20, is it 7th? 30th? I don't know. 7.
Yeah,
27th. He would know. Session of the Planetary Fragments Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We have Austin as Yarok. We have Nick as Tana. We have Ryan as Rin, and Yin is played by Bob. And last time, y'all done some stuff. You scried on the cultist you found.
Went to an eyeball store.
Yeah. Well, again. Yes. Went back to an eyeball store.
As you do.
You did research and interviews for information on Gilmanheim, where the great worms have come to fall. Rin bargained for transport, and the group arrived at her old home temple in the Aranese Mountains. You cleaned up the temple. Rin called upon her Kirin patron. Yarok did more scrying, and I think we were kind of in the middle of that when I just stopped the session. So I figure we'll pick that up. A little. So let's see, what were we doing? Cultists running through open grassy field, passing like corpses of violet and crimson worms being picked apart by crows until that flying figure through the mist can be seen. I've gotten word. One of the Urnkeepers. They've got it. It's on the way. Theron of the Monkari tribe drew the fates. He'll be here in 2, maybe 3 more days. And the figure flying above begins a deep guttural laugh. Draw the faithful to shelter in the darkness. This shell, shattered, has not long left. And he kind of flies up, further out. The cultist kind of looks left and right, not really sure. Okay, and then just sort of sets off, turning around and running back, kind of trying to figure out. And after a bit of running, your scry ends. You lift your head up out of your cauldron.
What was that guy's name?
The cultist?
Yeah, the one that had the fates.
Theron.
So I heard his name. I've heard of this guy.
Theron of the Monkari.
I'm going to scry him. It's a shot in a million because he gets a bonus on the save, and I had not instead of a penalty because I don't have anything.
We'll get to that. Because also, we're picking up
get the shot.
with Rin was conversing with her patron. So bowing its head, the Kirin begins to turn back towards the setting sun. If there's no more I can be asked of, but a final end.
Wait, there is
He pauses.
something that we need if we're going to ensure that we succeed. And
Yes.
if you can find any way to accomplish this. The first thing is that we need to find a way to prevent Charthelnax from influencing this world anymore and bestowing his powers upon the cultists, since right now he's acting as a source of power for them. If he can be banished back to whence he came, that would be best, but if he could at least be prevented some way from influencing them. And the other thing is, when the demon falls, I want it to be permanent. I don't want there any chance of his return, and I'm willing to pay a price in order to ensure that.
That may be steep.
So be it.
He pauses. Contemplative. His mane kind of furrows.
Prehensile hair.
I mean, if you look at the figure, I think it's pretty clear that he definitely had.
That dragon horse?
Yeah, dragon horse.
I just assumed that it used gel.
No, it's obviously an anime character. The hair just sticks like that. You don't have to do anything to it. That's just how hair do.
Let's do that. Well, the elder god, perhaps a burnt offering may seek a temporary method of pausing the connection
Burn offering.
for how to make a permanent end. Call on me again, and we can see what can be done once the demon lord is fallen.
Hmm.
And he bows. And he turns. And I do continue to trust your resolve to end this.
Can the burnt offering be... What,
He wasn't specific, but
hmm.
you know within the temple there are spots for that. So
Well, and just to be clear, when I hear burnt offering, I'm thinking about finding one of these cultists and throwing them on a pyre.
I mean, that's one way, but that would probably take longer than
I always
an
thought,
olive branch, you know.
I
But
always thought of
if
when
they
there was a
want some-
grease fire in a barbecue pit,
Mhm.
and all the food left is burnt offerings.
If they want some incense, that'd be easy to do.
He turns and flies back into the light as the setting sun vanishes. As that last ray goes around him, so does he. Furthermore, Bob, you had asked how many days since you used Divine Intervention, and I tried counting between sessions, and it has either been 6 or 7, but my notes are not good enough, so since it's only like an 11% chance, I figure I'll give it to you.
Alright. I'm gonna try to get the gods to set up a permanent forbiddance here against demons at this temple.
Okay.
71. That's a nope.
Nope.
I'll try tomorrow morning.
Okay, and then you want... Well, did you have anything you wanted to do before?
I'm planning out the route from here to try to find where the null portals were closed.
Yeah.
It's on
Oh,
this
okay.
island.
Yeah. And this island is primarily 4 peaks.
Yeah.
And you are, on one of the far end. You'd seen a dragon circling the next peak over, and it's sort of on the valley between that one and the peak following it.
What color?
Red.
Yeah.
That's what we
Why
got here.
is it always prismatic?
Because
Chromatic.
chromatic. Because I do not believe that I bothered to include any of the metallic in this world.
There aren't good dragons. Dragons are dicks in this world. Except for horse dragons. They're kind of cool.
Well, that's a celestial.
No. Horse dragon.
And then you had another scry you had left in you.
Yeah, we're gonna try and hit the.
What's his name?
Yes,
The guy who sounds like a dinosaur.
that one. Yeah. Okay.
The Monkari
I
tribesman.
believe he gets a +2, maybe more. Second hand, +5. That's a pretty low save.
Okay, well, I'm not going to look it up if you say it's +5. I guess I'll trust you.
Yeah, it's +5. I have it on the D&D Beyond. It's right there. Sir, hurt of the target, +5.
Which, if they felt like sponsoring us, that'd be great too.
And that's what, like an 11 for you then?
Yes. That'd be like a DC 11.
Totally something someone from the back of that book could fail.
Yeah, they could fail that. And it's not like they
And
get
what kind of check is it?
It'd be wisdom.
Okay.
Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Come on, negatives.
But they don't get like a warning or anything, so
Oh, I
it's just,
remember what he
it's
is.
just a spell slot.
Still his book.
And the one guy I've been scrying, he's probably just going to go back to his silk sheeted hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well drop money on this guy.
With the ladies.
It's the last one I got, so for today.
You know, throw an incredible wrench in the system, see if we can go buy off a red dragon to come with us.
With what money?
That's pretty low.
That is pretty low.
Does he got
I
a
mean,
plus
yay,
6?
he's got to have a +6.
And it is... Let's see, sun down here. I don't have a good enough mindset for the time difference between different...
Do we have different times?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a good enough mindset for that.
Did you put it in the book?
No, definitely not.
I was like, do we have time zones? Do we have, orbital rotation? Are we on an axis? Are our chunks floating through at an oblique angle? I think I'm using that word right.
I think the gods would have set up our atmospheric conditions.
Yeah.
Heck, I'm not even sure if we were still rotating around a sun one of the times I asked, and each orb just
Yes.
has its own light.
You are still rotating around a sun, but the light is bent in such a way that the different chunks are not casting shadows on each other.
Also, the chunks have to be themselves rotating, otherwise it would just be sun all the time.
Fiber optics.
Oh yeah, just accept that we have bubbles that the gods created. That
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to make sure this area.
But
doesn't
they are still
bubble.
physically rotating, rather, because, I mean, there are things that can go between them. Yeah, obviously, that is space in between them.
yeah, space whales.
Got to make sure this one doesn't get melted. That one
Is
doesn't
there
get too
actually
cold.
space whales?
Depends on the setting, but
Probably. I mean, why not?
Because Adam hates space whales?
There definitely should be space whales.
space whales, space dolphins.
Space Moby Dick.
My spelljammer stab at thee.
Make a luck check.
+0. 10.
You've done worse.
I have.
With
That's
this
not
deep-
even a high bar.
Frequently.
That's a max roll.
Practically the highest I could go.
I've never met anyone so odds challenged.
Granted, that would be something. Someone just going through all the videos ever, actually averaging out your rolls.
They've got to be at
Just
least
go through
sort
it
of-
and react.
They can't be that bad. I'm sure they just, it's just confirmation bias. They just feel that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you see elf, sort of ruddy skin tone,
Oh, I see it now.
in some sort of cavern. Not, it doesn't appear like a burrow, like
No.
stiff, like dirt walls, not like stone.
It's monstrously unhopeful.
But
We gotta go to the Shire. He's in a hole in the ground.
he's walking around a room, winding up a bedroll with leather and strapping it to his back, with a satchel on his side, packing a few things in another sling that he's tying over a shoulder.
10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, basically, he's preparing himself to leave. And he goes on. He goes down a winding hall. There's a few different passages within the burrow that he passes, till he comes to like a wooden set door, not hinged, but one that he like lifts up and pulls on. He sets it against the wall and turns, and then picks it up and sets it on sort of like a system designed to hold it, but like a basically boarded up.
A hobo door.
Like a plug in a jar.
Yeah, so he sort of set that behind, passes through. You see a few other figures, other similar skin-toned elves, in sort of a larger kind of system where it seems a few burrows kind of meet, and he just kind of seems to be avoiding eye contact as he's kind of ascending sort of a bit of a tunnel passage. He sits for 2 or 3 minutes right at this entrance. It looks dark out, but he seems to just be waiting.
Any trees?
No.
Larger? Any plants? Larger?
Giant mushrooms in this burrow system?
No. There's nothing growing down here.
Anything that would be make the planetary fragment that they're on identifiable?
Not yet. Not well without further knowledge, but maybe.
Yeah, you could ask me. I might be able to pick out what system has, burrows.
But after just a couple of minutes sitting there, he sort of sits back up, and you see probably there's a few other people that kind of line up around him. They're just kind of gathering around this just open passage before he gets up and goes into the night air, looking for
They,
plants.
like, fly?
No.
Oh, they fly.
outside into the open, exiting the underground tunnels.
With a posse.
Yeah, well, not so much. He's not really interacting with them, but other people are leaving at the same time. As far as looking for plants, there are just fields of cacti that many of them seem to be tending to.
That pretty much limits it to one.
Though none of them are large or larger. They're the largest might be considered medium.
It's
you're
all
kind of-
just agave and no sequoias.
But following, as he wanders through this, it looks almost like a planned field of cacti here around the outside of this burrow entrance. As you're following, seeing these pass before you, at a moment, he's gone. And your vision is merely following a coyote running across the desert.
Oh, cool. It turns into animals. The sensor follows whoever it's targeting, stays 10 feet, so it's pretty easy to figure out who's in the center. That guy.
Yeah.
Did they all turn into animals or just him?
You're not really seeing them. They were just going about.
Okay.
But they are not going with him. He is leaving that group.
Alright.
But yeah, the rest of the time is just this coyote running across the desert.
Alright, well.
Some sense of keeping an eye out. Definitely a sense where he runs, he paws.
Well, yeah.
And
doesn't have
he
seeing
more
vis-
than ever keeps an eye out to the sky.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't have seeing visibility, it doesn't worry me none. If he's not looking directly at this, me looking at him.
So because of the sensor see like you're there, does that mean subsequent scryings are at a bigger bonus?
No.
Because you've seen them in person versus secondhand?
No.
I don't think so, because you have to have met them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the next stage up. And I'd say seeing them doesn't really help. First hand. I mean, technically it is first hand. You have met the target.
You have not met the target.
You've spied on the
You
target.
spied on the target.
Hey, well, that's kind of like meeting.
For a lot of us, that's
For
exactly
creepy-
like meeting.
For very creepy people, it is.
What, do I gotta go into his house and steal his underwear first for
I'm
it
just
counts?
saying,
I mean, that would be a personal object. I think that would give you a better.
It does. Possession or garments -4.
What if he just has like feet pics?
Yeah, don't know. Does counting as if you were there mean that you've met him? I don't know.
No.
I would say no. Just because
Probably not.
that's dumb.
So you once again lift from your cauldron. Did anyone else do anything in the evening?
I let them know that that's where the guy who's got the card is.
Uh,
Apparently, the thing that they want is a card, and the guy who has it is in the desert with cactus and brown-skinned elves.
I will take that information,
You
collate
did
it.
say ruddy, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, brown-skinned elves.
Is that what that means?
I think so. I don't think
I
I'm being
always
racist
see that
here.
as like people who are like sunburned.
Well, yeah,
That's
I
no
guess
brown.
that's true.
Yeah.
I guess brown might be too much.
Yeah, it's
Heavily tanned.
yes.
Because like a super pale person can go ruddy.
Desert elves.
Sun tanned leather.
Skin that is well adjusted to to the desert life.
So I will collate that data of where he is, where his endpoint is his likely route, if he's going straight there. And I know his time destination, his time
It
thing,
means like,
so...
it means like red. So like natives and stuff.
Which would be a sunburn.
Yeah. Though all the Google results on the third page were white people with red cheeks. So I don't know if that counts.
So
Looks
you
like
would assess from there that would be Mirage.
Mirage, up to that shore thing, down to the depths, swing to
Make
the fjords.
a investigation check.
Woohoo.
18
Very nice.
plus 10 or 13, so...
One of those two?
28.
So from Mirage,
Mm-hmm.
to get to Gomenheim, they could go through the quickest routes that would match that 2 to 3 whatever day journey. Could go from Mirage to the New Fair Expanse, to the Aranese Mountains, and then to Gomenheim. From Mirage to the Emerald Beach, to Wine Drops, and then to Gomenheim. Or from Mirage to the Emerald Beach to the Depths, and then to Gomenheim.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 3 different routes that would all take about the same number of jumps.
Is
Exactly the same number of
Depths the underwater place where the dude is?
Yeah.
Then
Well, that you've seen him at. Last you saw him, he was not there. He was in Gomenheim.
Well, yeah. But he's definitely hanging out there.
How many entrances to Gelmenheim?
Well, the one in Wine Drops is guarded.
3.
So I believe we can rule that out by just giving a phone ahead and letting them know
They're
that there's
all guarded.
So we can give the description of this elf and see if we can have it put through of he's on a watch list, detain this man.
Yeah.
Unless he's a Shaolin.
Yes, but
Hey, that's free passage.
Or
And you
Shinto,
think
yeah.
your free passage is going to trump corporate interest if you're being accused of espionage?
Yeah.
No.
100% yeah.
so if you said he could turn into a coyote.
So you can probably turn into any animal.
Oh. I would not have thought any animal. That
Yeah,
would make
I
the water.
figured he
If
was a
somebody can
druid.
turn into a animal, they can probably turn into any animal.
Yeah, I figured druid.
Well, maybe not the insects. He might not be high enough level for that.
Well, also, like, I don't know why you would choose a coyote. They're not the fastest.
Truthfully, considering he failed the scrying on
Familiarity.
second-hand information, he's probably not very strong.
Are you sitting around discussing this?
Yeah.
It's like 2-3 days.
Anyone have
I was going to.
anyone have proficiency with history?
I do.
If you'd like to make a roll, you
I
can.
do.
I do.
Anyone who is proficient may make a roll on that.
We are religious like that.
21.
6.
10.
Well, Tana, if perhaps you mentioned Monkari tribe, the Monkari Elves are the natives to Mirage, and there have definitely been rumors that the tribe's hunters can even shift their skin to the form of a coyote.
Oh.
They're lycanthropes.
Wow. Neato.
A coyote? A were-coyote?
Yeah.
Neato burrito.
Lame.
Hey, I've got a dexterity of 11. That's probably going to be a bonus.
But yes, so then we're just discussing problem. So he can't swim, so it might not.
What?
He can't swim or turn into an animal with a swim speed.
Okay, that's not what you said.
Yes, I did say he can't swim.
You can almost guarantee, you can't positively, but almost guarantee that cultist that you've been watching going back and forth between the depths probably isn't shifting into... He's not a sea elf. He's not...
But yeah, I'm also going to send a text message to the mercenaries that were at Giant's Bay with the rubber shield to see if they would be willing to come with us to Gilmanheim for the extremely dangerous mission of defeating demons.
Okay.
Before we go to bed, I have Austin help me write up an email to send to the Hermes Corporation to not obtain,
Abscond.
take this guy in,
We're
Put
gonna
an
finger
APB
him.
on him.
Apprehend.
apprehend.
We're gonna put an all points bulletin. Yeah.
That he is coming from here, going to there.
I am on my good citizenship going to levy a challenge of espionage and corporate spying against this man, as well as an attempt to undermine the extant authority of the current government.
And destroying the remnants of the planet.
Arguably a lesser crime.
Yes, I know, but still on there. I'm just saying, if you're charging someone with murder, you might as well charge him with jaywalking, too.
Okay.
But that's the point. Is I'm totally going to accuse this guy of crimes. He needs to be apprehended. I have first-hand information that he is involved in the current ruckus.
But that said, our most likely is to spy on him, get a plant in view, or go to the depths because there's other contacts there, and that seems the more likely.
We have terrible luck with plants.
Yeah.
Well,
You know a number of places that you can go to.
Yeah.
There are a whole bunch that you can shift to right now from plants that he has absolutely seen.
I mean, shoot, does anybody know a place in the depths that has a giant tree, like, on display somewhere?
Well,
I
also,
don't think any of them
if
have
we
been
know where he has to come out from the Mirage, if there wasn't so many freaking places he could be going, we could just teleport to in front of one of the exits, and he will eventually run right into us.
That's the theory, yeah.
And if there was, like, a central place that he had to run through at least this place to get to where he was going, that would make our life a lot easier, too.
Yeah.
No, none of those things are true.
There are 3 separate paths, and
Now, the real money is obviously to gamble.
Were you doing anything else?
And now I sent that text message off.
Okay.
As far as I'll wait for them to get back to me, and then I might end up contacting the priesthood of Hermes for what to do with moving them around.
Okay. Otherwise, going to bed?
see,
Yeah, for tonight.
and we still want to try to do the nulls real quick tomorrow before we.
Yep.
So yeah, go to bed.
Just before bed, I burned the 6 to scry the main guy again. Yes, because he has a -10.
So close.
Is he still in the depths? In his silk sheets bed?
Trying to think. This is just before bed. No, he would still be walking through the landscape of Gilmanheim.
Oh, well, he's not very quick.
I mean, it's been maybe an hour.
He's not worried about worms eating him?
He is not.
And so far, every worm you've seen is dead in there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's definitely other monsters, theoretically.
Or there's just this demon lord murdering everything on this
Just
entire island.
crows just feasting on the corpses of the worms is all you see.
Yeah, can we just get them to cut off all access to Goldenheim?
I mean, it sort of already happened.
Yeah.
We would have to like get in contact with the gods in order to close those portals or something.
Just go to everyone with one of the
Well,
proton packs.
maybe.
Just
Yeah, I don't think could even in theory the proton packs close one of the permanent portals.
You've not tried?
We've not tried, but we have closed a portal that looked more like one of those portals than the tears.
Yeah.
Which was to the spider area.
I don't know if we want to permanently close off all the portals, just close all except for one.
I'd say we might be able to figure that out and go around to the different places to where he could possibly enter Gilmanheim and shrink them down.
Well, it's probably a wild portal that they're going through anyways, judging by Adam's smirk that he just had on his face a while ago.
I mean, they are getting through a restricted area.
Yeah.
Yes, that doesn't block your face.
put one up top. There you go.
But yeah, that
Judging by Adam's hairline, there's a wild portal.
I was going to say the real smart move would be to close every location except 2 really fortify one, and instead just set up a large tree at the other one with an alarm spell. Oh, that's awfully shifty.
I'm holding it. It literally will not balance if I...
Oh, okay, because I was super duper tempted to like throw something at it, but I'm like, no, I don't want to hurt those. You spend a very long time collecting them.
Anyways.
Alternatively, we could just jump the gun, go to Gilmanheim, and beat up on the Demon Lord while they're away. We got like 2 days to stomp them.
Okay, you want to go do that?
I mean, yes, I do.
What's your intelligence?
11?
I also want to go do that.
He tells me this plan. What does my intelligence of 20 say?
My intelligence at 12 says
Have
that's
you
a pretty
guys
good
gone
idea.
over what the Fates does to him?
Oh, even if we defeated the Demon Lord, he could just reverse it post-hoc, so it wouldn't matter
But
if we did it
he
now.
could do it more than once?
He'd do it once, and then we'd have to do it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or he could
Yes,
unfate
but
us
it-
from existence.
Yes, but if he did the
Probably not.
if he did the Fates thing, he would then have used the Fates thing.
Yeah.
To bring him back.
On not the thing that makes him strong.
It would buy us time.
At the very least, we could go and stomp him twice.
The idea would be to make him waste the Fates thing.
I'm not seeing the problem. My paladin instincts of smite, smite now, smite early seem to be correct.
I'm also agreeing with him. You're just not religious, so you don't understand. Yeah, it's not so great being on the other foot, is it? It's like as if you weren't worshipping the All-Father and a group of All-Father
I
worshippers.
want to see if we can...
Old grudge to be keeping.
It's because we
I've
never
got
let him
plenty
get
of
paid.
shelves for old grudges.
What was it?
Anyways.
Let's just give all this money away? Yeah, that seems the religious thing to do.
Since we have whatever his travel time to still deal with it, I want to see if we can capture him
Yeah.
midway.
And since we can tree teleport.
You have a text you get up. Basically just inquiring about details and...
Yeah, I tell them that. Well, I asked them where they are, so I would know.
They're in wine drops.
They're in wine drops. Okay, so
Easy to put him on a boat.
yeah, and he's like, if you guys are in wine drops, we'll send you a message before we go in, but the meeting place for the fight is in Gilmanheim. We'll be fighting demons and potentially whatever minions that they have there.
They don't have clearance to get there. Is there?
And it's like, and say if I, whatever, I turn to Yarok, I'm like, can we essentially hire people to put them on the docket for being able to get them
Yeah, we
clearance?
could subcontract it.
And it's like, so
Yeah, you'd have to get individual clearance. You guys, as a group, were signed up as, like, if you remember at the beginning, they basically paired you up as a group to hunt so that they can do things to you as a group as far as,
Punishments.
one is all. Well, it's also as far as leniencies, as far as, exceptions, as far as technically any of the times they rent out gear to one of you, if a different one of you comes back because everyone else died and that gear isn't there, well, that person is still responsible for that gear that was loaned out.
No, we never did hand back those proton packs. We still have, like, all 14 of them in, like, Austin's bag.
We're pretty sure we
no,
handled
no.
all of them except for the one me and Ryan have.
yeah, except for
Yeah,
the ones that were
you guys
carrying.
did that while they were in Hades,
Yeah,
Oh,
me and
okay.
Ryan still have proton packs.
the underworld. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still carrying ours, but like all the ones that were just collected were handed back, as far as I know.
Since,
Mm.
some of us like to go
And it's
visit.
like we'll handle the clearance when it comes to that. We'll either get the Hermes Corporation to approve you, or we'll have the church get you through.
I mean, you remember the church had to literally go to that entrance because they needed clearance first.
Well, I tell them that.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'll ask questions as far as what they are and what, assigned pay, and I'll let you make a persuasion check.
Okay. $26.
They'll be in town and, they'll keep an eye on the phone while they're awake.
Thanks.
We weren't planning on doing anything the next couple of days. We'll keep it.
Before the night's over, I do summon the griffin and.
I want to send another message to the Hermes Church.
Yeah, we are on to morning, but you can do that in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's like, I want to ask them, would there be a way to track somebody's movement through the portals from fragment to fragment? We're trying to pin down someone.
You'd have to call to them, I think. But
That's
not through the church. I know the corporations have devices that can be implanted on someone that follows and can be tracked.
yeah, I'd say, and it's like we're familiar with the trackers, but we actually need to. We don't have it on him.
Yeah.
It's like at any of the places we go through, do they literally take our name, or do they just check our stuff and
Check your stuff.
Mm.
That's unfortunate. Man, that would make life way easier if we could just make some phone calls.
Yeah.
It's like I already sent our email with the APB thing. We'll see if that comes of anything. Probably not, but we tried. So to morning obliques or
Yeah.
application.
Well, while I have them on the phone, I'm going to ask them, would it be possible for you guys to send out a message to the Godly Realms, to a call for heroes to Gilmanheim?
You've asked this already.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just asking if there was any kind of trade for a message that I could make.
I mean, we have your note that I think you said concerns that the Demon Lord may be back.
Yeah, just wondering if any heroes would be willing to show up to Gilmanheim to fight with us.
Well, for the most part, the day of heroes is past. Mercenaries are those that carry on.
Alright. Anyway, so next day.
No, this is...
Oh.
This is morning.
So we finished a long rest?
Yes, you have. Asking the same thing?
Yep. 39. That's a no.
Nope. Do it yourself. And what else do you...
Our morning stuff to get all of our buffs and go check on the gnolls.
Yeah.
Do
Pray.
you leave the temple without doing a burnt offering?
No, I do that.
Okay. It's like,
Yeah.
let's not have another miscommunication here.
Yeah.
Let's just be blatant.
do that as part of our.
What do you choose to burn?
Purple stuff.
Yeah, purpose.
That is the wrong screen.
How much?
Why not just like diamonds?
Purple stuff's worth more.
Well, purple stuff is just we have a ton of it, and we can say it's whatever. The most
the purple stuff isn't worth more. It's worth the same. Specifically, it's worth the same.
yes, but I don't think we have.
It's also
diamonds.
finite and it's rare. I
I
don't know what you guys have.
Well, actually,
The paladin doesn't care.
I've got 2 300 gold diamonds, a 500 gold diamond. I've got 200 gold ruby, a 600 gold ruby,
Oh.
a 5,000 gold ruby.
I was paid. I have to redonate money now.
As you said, why
I-
is my pouch head?
Oh yeah, we got paid. That's right, we got paid.
But unless that's powdered, that doesn't burn well.
I also have an ostentatious pitcher. For reasons. Yeah.
Water pouring device or framed image?
Huh?
You have a framed picture. Water pouring
Not
device.
framed, ostentatious.
Is it a jug or a picture?
It's a person.
That's not
It's a Cardinals player covered in gold and diamonds. He can walk around in junk. It's great.
Is a baseball reference. I got it. You ever seen Blast from the Past? It's a great movie, and he has to explain the concept of baseball to...
Is that the T-Rex and Whoopi Goldberg?
No, no.
Brendan Fraser.
That's
is in
Brendan
Fallout
Fraser
Shelter.
as
Brendan Fraser and Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
as
Fallout
caveman.
Shelter.
I was thinking of We're Back.
We're back. Yeah, the animated one. Okay, yeah.
So I'll go ahead and
Fifth level
this is
spell.
what I'll do for the burnt offering. So my instrument, my hexagonal Nico that I'm proficient with, I'll play one last song with that and put that as part of the offering, and then I'll go ahead and burn 9,000 of the purple dust as part of the offering.
And you get a scroll. As the ashes clear, there is a scroll sitting in the...
If I don't have a spell on my list, am I still allowed to use it as a ritual?
No, if it's not prepared, you can't ritualize it.
Okay.
And if effectively it is, action to activate, and you basically block Charthlonex's, gifting to his, for 24 hours.
Okay.
Got rid
You
of.
have you have a period to do your fight where they've lost their...
Any cleric powers they have.
Yeah.
For the record, what I'm doing is I was moving spells around on my prepared list. So I'm going to take Hollow.
It is morning. That is fine. That's when you. That's when you. Do
Yeah,
it.
that's why I'm telling you now in case I don't say it later.
Yeah, I just assume if you go and do that, you just do it in the morning. I'm cool with that.
Because I'm going to Hollow this place.
Okay, so you're doing it before heading out.
Yes.
But yeah, so you've got the information about the portal, so we'll go ahead and head down that way.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to attempt to see if we can get a beat on Coyote Man.
You want me to
Okay.
go after the guy that's hard to scry on?
Yes, he's the one with
Well, I'm curious if you wanted to do that or wait.
I mean, it's still kind of early. I was going to wait until later in the day when I'd know they'd be traveling,
That's fine.
rather than straight at the crack of dawn.
Okay.
Aim for like that 10 or 11 range.
He was traveling in the middle of the night, but when he was up
He was
and
getting up and packing up his bedroll when you
we're
when
going
you
to
started, and that was at sundown.
So he'd be sleeping now?
I mean, depending on things, obviously, it's not that they sleep for 16 hours and are awake for 8, but sundown was the point at which he was packing up to leave.
So
He's at midday.
Okay. Come on, smart person, help me out.
Yes. If we slept for 8 hours and he just got up, then he's in the middle of his day.
It's a 120-foot radius for Hollow. Or diameter. It's 60-foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that
So that
take
would
care
that would take like the central part of the shrine. There's definitely more of it that extends beyond that. But again, the boundaries of the shrine are very loose because it's unclaimed mountainside and generations of
It's claimed now.
generations of those that have kept it have just, you know what? I'm gonna start carving decorative stairs, and I'll just see how far down the mountain I get.
Yeah, I got rid of sending. For it.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we'll give the hard to scry person a go.
Because we
in,
have phones,
in the morning.
so I don't really do this.
Make a luck. Well, no, hold on. Before you do that, I have to make it.
You made it.
You made it.
So that's a fail. Can't scram again for 24 hours.
Okay. Well, we'll go get the gnolls then.
Why would the gnolls help us?
Because Ryan browbeat them before we sent them back, and he hopes that we randomly find those gnolls.
No.
It's not random.
It might be random.
I mean, they were... If all these planes line up, we are very far from where we met that group.
Yeah, but we could at least...
You absolutely know all these planes do not line up.
I thought we did. That's why when the dinosaur planet, it was 1-to-1 movement versus...
When it was the same tear between it, but you also know going from where you were in the middle of the forest, into the spider web, that you could see a point where they left further out that went into, I don't know, somewhere with lava. Probably was not the same
Yeah.
chunk.
Not
So
the same
we
distance.
did not. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Planar physics is hard. I mean, I might get it, but so far, anecdotal evidence isn't lining
If
up.
you
well.
if you make a tear in it and you straddle that tear, and you start walking along that tear, your legs aren't going to be like moving further in one. It's going to hold it together while it's broken. But separate breaks are not necessarily the same.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Local physics versus
Yeah.
plane-wide physics. Anyway, so yeah, go to the place where we think.
How
we
do you traverse over there?
fly? I mean,
I'll help everyone be stealthy, but stay low to the ground
Yeah,
because
because
of
that is the
dragon.
peak that there is a massive dragon.
yeah, okay.
So do you just stay low on the ground? Do you go down sweeping around the outside of the...
I cast invisibility on everyone.
How long does that last?
Hours or minutes?
Hour, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, hour.
I have 10 uses of it.
Oh yeah, and I've got the thing that you gave
Yeah,
me.
that's
so-
what I'm saying. Use that to give us all invisibility.
Yeah, hour
Yeah.
concentration.
1 hour.
We might have to pass
And-
the rod around.
And you said on everyone.
I don't know. Can the animals use their own thing to cast it on themselves and keep their concentration?
No, it would just be me and Austin would have to cast it, and presumably you if you're using your mount.
Yeah. Well, because it's a second level spell, you can't extend it to another person.
You can if it's only cast on you, because of the way that Find Greater Steed works.
Oh, Find Greater Steed comes with automatically does your steed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's, and you have the thing where you're passing around. Now, at what point are you doing this? Because you think you probably have 8 to 10 hours traversing from the temple to that point.
When we can actively see the dragon.
I mean, you can see the dragon when you peek over the mountain.
Oh, is it huge?
Yes. Yeah, it is on top of the next peak over.
What color is it?
Red.
Oh.
Well, if we can see it, we can kind of, if not accurately, at least vaguely judge the distance, know about how fast it moves, and if it starts coming our direction, we just go invisible then, right?
Okay, yeah. If it comes at us, we'll go invisible.
I'm pretty sure dragons can cast See Invisible.
They might be able to. They also have blind sight if they get close enough, but we move very fast.
Pervasive sand.
That, and he might get really annoyed if we decide to, split up as soon as he starts chasing us.
Mm-hmm. But yes, flying low, trying to keep to the mountainside, out of its view.
So do we have a
I don't
location?
know,
Okay, so are you flying low,
Yeah.
skirting about how far down the mountain are you?
Going to
I mean,
use
we
a
can
knowledge
just hover
nature to.
sub-ground, right?
I'm going to use a knowledge nature to.
Yes,
what's the
but
best?
right above the ground could even just go right over the peak where he is, and you'd still be right above the ground. It's a mountain. The ground goes up.
Yes. Is nature one of my 13s? It's a 15th. So 32. Oh, the best place to avoid his notice in this terrain for knowledge nature while flying ground. Obviously lower down the mountain than that. Than
Okay.
right near him.
Oh yeah, plans the path for us.
32.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no. What is your total with survival? Because that's what you're actually trying to use with what you just described that you're doing.
26.
Still pretty good. Yeah, you're able to fair bit down the mountain. Actually find sort of almost like a crevice valley that kind of goes through that
Yeah.
basically blocks you out from sight. You're also able to, at a certain point, have a little misgivings as you're going through, and you notice a point where there's sort of a cavernous opening on the side of the wall that has an unnatural heat coming from it.
Well, we just dash past that.
Easy enough.
Mm-hmm. When we feel we're getting close, turn on the proton pack to do the searching.
Okay. Make perception or investigation. Whoever's doing that.
I'm not good at either of those.
I think Nick's probably.
Oh wait,
our
I
best
got
investigator.
good at perception.
I have 11 to perception.
Yeah, I get 10.
You want to know what's even better about his?
I can't go below the passive.
Yeah.
Even in an active. So my passive perception of 21.
Takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
You can find it.
Alright. Let's open her up.
Find it out. Make make a luck check.
Alright. 17.
17 total?
Yep.
This this immediate area that you walk into, you step into a plane. You've walked into a forest, but the grass is red. The bark is vibrant purple. It is just it is an assault on the visual senses, just like the vibrancy of this forest that you've entered into as you've stepped through this tear. Unlike many of the tears you've seen before, there does not appear to be any just hordes sitting and waiting to tear through this. You quickly gather perhaps that's more to do with the cards originating the tear than necessarily how they function long term.
So whenever the card rips a tear, it also just drags
Things, or maybe finds a highly populated place at the moment, maybe. But otherwise, yeah, you seem to have entered some place here.
So we're on the null plane. Alright, Austin, can you scry him for me?
Scry your knolls.
Yeah, scry
You've
the
seen
null.
him?
I've also have his hair. Here you go.
You? That was...
that would work. Okay.
Fair enough.
You know that doesn't tell me where they are. It just lets me look at where they are. I won't know the direction they're in.
Yeah.
We'll go
Oh,
to
well,
their tree.
If only you had something like sending.
Yeah, because
It won't change anything.
this doesn't let me know
You could talk to him.
where they are.
Although he didn't speak your language, so...
Yeah.
There's also the possibility of they're near a tree if Ryan wants to waste that spell to get his knolls.
I also got rid of tongues. That's not on my list anymore.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Tongues also is not on my list anymore. However, I can hollow a sight
What?
and then
we're
make
going
all
to,
creatures understand each other as part of that power.
We were going to talk to the gnolls today. Why didn't you have tongues prepared?
Bad planning, that's why.
But because he wanted to hollow the shrine.
Because it's
That's
more
a
fun...
6th level spell, not a 3rd.
Because
I
he
haven't
finds
had I haven't had tongues prepared in forever.
because he finds it more fun when I use my
Yeah.
my weird growling.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just enjoys that.
You brought this upon us, Bob.
I was not asked to prepare anything.
Oh yeah, I need the... It's wisdom.
I don't see why I really don't see the point of scrying the knolls. You're gonna have to persuade me to do that because I don't see how it's gonna be helpful. Because it's just gonna be terrain like this with grass.
We'll know his location, so
We'll know his location, but we don't know his location relative to us. I will only know that he's around
landmarks.
some grass.
Landmarks.
Do we have a lot of landmarks in this area?
It's
I mean, right here, there's a bunch of trees. If it were right here, you could just use your tree stride to get to him.
Go ahead and take the griffin up above the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look.
So you start pushing your way through the trees, and the leaves of the trees leave this sticky red residue just over you as you push through them, just like a thick
Kool-Aid man.
sap,
Knowledge nature is this
irony kind of.
blood
Aura.
trees. Yeah. Nature is 9, so 26.
I'm gonna call it Arcana.
Arcana is 15, so 32.
Okay. Because for one, this is not what nature would be nature to you. This is, I think that. Yeah, it seems to be something that is pulling up blood that was given below them. That they basically they run through blood rather than water.
Yeah. Which is still just mainly water, but. So yes, the forest grows on corpses. Most forests do.
These
That's
ones
how the
preserve the blood of the corpses
Yes.
rather than...
It's like hazard nature thing. Yeah, no. Most forests technically run on corpses or anything that dies and composts. This one
just doesn't wait for it to compost.
This one just wants to be creepy.
This is just
about it.
vampire trees.
Corpses and poop. That's what the forest runs on.
So,
But yeah, you push through to a...
also, they let out sap really easy. If I'm just rushing against them and they're bleeding.
Yeah. No. But yeah, so violet sky. You can see 2 orange moons atop it. Forest stretches for a great many miles. You do see a mountain range off to one side. But otherwise...
No towers or anything else breaking up the land, just forests and mountains on one side.
Well, if he can see that, if we can have whatever Nick get a lay of the land of the place, we might be able to tell the relative position based off the how the sun's casting.
That would be more reasonable.
Yeah, there are a
And
couple.
they may be standing near a tree, which would be amazing because it's never happened.
But even if they were standing near a tree, we would have to teleport there, convince them, and somehow tree straight back to this open
Can't trace
world.
right back.
Exactly.
Why not?
Because I only have one single
Yeah,
spell slot.
you can only do it once.
We could recall back to the shrine in wine drops.
I don't know, can we?
They might panic at a bunch of gnolls showing up if you can convince gnolls to show up.
Well, it's not my fault.
You can also only take so many...
Alright, gnolls, only your 2 strongest people.
Those guys with the magic flails, they get to come along. Or the berserkers.
Here, put on this armor. It's red.
What objects do you have at your disposal?
None. None at all.
Decanter of endless water.
Are you suggesting that we rip another portal, which would put us probably near where the portal was originally?
Well, we do have information on where other portals showed up. I don't know how that would help us.
I mean, you could stretch this portal open. That would be another thing that I didn't consider, but...
Yeah, we could stretch this portal open in order to...
Stretch it up to the sky, be like, go look for that! That'd be another way that hadn't come to my mind.
So, yeah, we could enlarge the portal.
I mean, we could drop a beacon here and use the tracer to walk back.
Yeah, certainly.
If they're, on, assumably, their planet's not broken up into chunks. They could be on another continent. But yeah, I tell you about the tracers if we want to follow down this route.
Yeah, we'll set up
But-
a tracer here.
Given that we were relatively easy to take out the gnolls, do we want to expend all this magical energy and other stuff to recruit a couple guys that'll probably die in 2 hits?
They don't... Well... we've if we can at least bring them with us, they could at least provide some assistance. We don't really have a whole lot of options as far as people who want to help us.
Yeah, someone scared off the blue dragon.
I mean, I would be more willing to go try to buy off the red dragon than this, but I don't think that's a good idea either. But at least we know where he is, and he's on our home plane.
Yeah, no, dealing with dragons, or the bad dragons is garbage. There's no reason to ever do it.
They can be bought.
No, you just kill them.
Some
and
of
find
them can
good
be
dragons.
The red dragon is a bad one. The blue dragon is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
They're all horrible. Just kill them all.
But
So we still want to scry with a 5th level spell slot a bunch of cannon fodder that will last about 2 seconds against the Demon Lord.
sure.
I mean, my personal feelings on the matter is this is a massive waste of time. We could just be fighting the Demon Lord. But I've been to Party Will.
It's like a second the waste of time
So
thing,
there you
but
go. The Null has to make a wisdom save.
I also
With a,
would like to
minus
just fight.
10.
I already rolled it.
I also would like to just fight the demon lord and make them waste their
5.
card.
That's a fail.
So yeah, you see, centered on this knoll, wearing, red attire. Make a perception check.
I just have this like really dumb image in my head of this knoll wearing a red
7.
like tire around them.
Attire.
I know, like I said, it was dumb.
Walking through top of sort of treetop little village, you see various platforms below, a grouping of other gnolls, weapons, sort of swords, strange swords strapped to their backs. Many of them dressed in similar red garments, or red accented with white. And you hear some of the as they pass one each other, but again, you don't speak the language, so
No.
Yeah, there are a great many trees of large, huge, even gargantuan for a few of them.
Well, let you look at the VCR quality image.
You want to make a perception with disadvantage?
Me or him?
You.
Me.
Or who was looking through the VCR?
I will if it's like try to find where this is at.
Our crappy CCTV.
I mean, you're better than me, right? At perception, I think.
So automatically bumps up to 10. 21.
The sword on its back does have some sort of fragments of metal wrapped around the outside of the blade.
Like he was trying to imitate the chainsword?
Yeah.
Well, I got that from the white and red clothing, like her giant Nico outfit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're tied to us, but still. That doesn't tell us where there are.
Well, I mean, it is a tree. I mean,
No.
you can go to the tree.
Yeah, so, yeah, they're...
Sorry, it seems all the trees are medium height, like a very strict groundskeeper kept chopping.
So yes, they probably would follow you into battle, but it's a transportation nightmare.
Do they seem like they're far away from this spot?
It seems
Trees
like a bunch of
all-
giant trees.
All look like the same kind of forest, but that forest does seem to stretch for a great distance.
They are somewhere.
I don't know.
Yeah, and when I was above the trees, there weren't any trees like super duper tall above the other trees.
A great many of the trees you push through to get up there were like that. There are trees around you right now that are that big.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so there's nothing that we would be able to identify from this image that we could get to them?
Tree. That's
Trees.
Trees.
I can teleport directly to that tree specifically.
it. Mm-hmm.
Or that tree. Or any of these trees. Really.
Well, we won't be able to talk to them anyway.
Yeah, I don't speak their language.
Yeah. Then, whatever, this character doesn't have any language abilities.
It says Warlock can learn tongues.
I don't have that though, and I can't re-prepare.
Probably should have said something.
But yeah, so
Because I got rid of tongues so we could have animate dead, so you could have your stupid freaking eye thing.
you really don't need that.
That's what we needed to get your little focus that you needed.
But you've
That
prepared since then.
Yeah, you've re-prepared spells since that day.
Yeah, it's also been 2 weeks since then.
I don't think it's been 2 weeks.
Alright, it's been a week. Whatever. It's been time. I didn't remember.
You could just
Oh,
do it
you mean
now.
our real world?
Yeah,
okay, I
and,
get it.
like, the person who has to write on the paper.
I get it.
You could just do it now.
No, I can't. It is no longer morning.
Here, we changed all the spells.
Anyway, so we can't really tell how far away they are. So the question is
Be almost a gamble.
Then probably not if we're not able to figure out anything about their distance from us.
You know that getting to them, at the very least, you could get back to that temple, because you do have a way back there, I believe.
Also, we could camp in their village for like a night, and then I can just transport everyone via trees the next day. If I have to be helpful. I don't really support this plan, but I can do these things.
Yeah, but that would take out your tree stride when we may need it to jump on the card guy.
No,
when you try.
we'd have to rest anyway. We got a 24-hour period.
Yeah, but that would be tomorrow. Then he'll use his tree stride again tomorrow.
Oh, as far as getting back out of the plane?
Oh no, I figured I'd just scry around Gilmanheim and teleport there with trees.
Mm.
And just go and punch the Demon Lord.
I agree, we should go and punch the Demon Lord.
It's like, I'll make my voice heard. No, this character's like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. I'm gonna not be that guy. Oh, that's a bad idea. We should do the smart thing first.
But you're the smart one.
Yeah, I am the smart one. We should totally take out the card bearer if we can.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
Well, I mean, yeah, if we can find him.
Yeah.
However, we know where he's going to be, which is where he'll go to find the corpse of his Demon Lord, that he'll then have to bring back with magic. And we do have 24 hours of the Demon Lord can't come back, whatever.
We
Don't we have to burn another
No,
effigy again?
different guy.
There's the
There's
elder
24
guy.
hours of, getting rid of the Elder God's connection.
We got two bad guys, a demon and a elder god.
Of course
And
we
so the real risk would be if you use that scroll on one and therefore you no longer have it on the next.
Oh, it's a prepared scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different than what I thought.
Okay.
I thought it was a timer and we were
Yeah,
already in it.
yeah, I thought we were.
No.
already on
That
top.
is an action to start it.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's how I understood it.
action
Okay.
whenever you want to begin it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Otherwise,
I
yes,
was-
this would be a great waste of time if that were. Okay, now I get.
I was really confused.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know why we're
I
doing
thought
this.
we were on a clock.
Oh no.
No.
I mean, sort of. You're on a clock, but it's
Yeah,
not a
well-
1 day clock. It's that.
It's a 2-day clock. Do we want to waste both today and tomorrow on recruiting gnolls? Because we could still do
Day
more.
and a half to 2.5 day clock.
Yeah.
I think we could get it done, and there might actually be another rift somewhere in that place, potentially.
That seems a very long shot.
Yep.
Rifts are just everywhere.
No, but
I mean, we've come across quite a few.
we do have a list of that. There have been multiple null incursions, so there might be another portal somewhere closer to where they are.
But as we discussed before, they don't represent distance to each other if they're separate rifts.
Yeah, so they might not be this or that way. We don't know. Not yet, at least.
Also, how are we going to get this army of gnolls moved through gates?
With trees.
But how many people can you take with your tree stride?
I'll just put them in the portable hole and carry
Depending
it.
on how many people you can fit within movement range of the portal.
Oh yeah, it's an actual.
Everyone,
open portal.
prepare your action to move through here. Everyone prepared?
I mean, theoretically, it's like, what's your movement? 30 foot, so your dash is 60, so how many people can we fit in a 60-foot radius around the portal?
So am I just, like, way at the back, just
It's like how you'll get fit through.
Go
'cause
on,
that's
guys,
how
go,
we
guys.
can theoretically make it.
Yes, because indeed, the turn order means perfect synchronicity of everyone run through this single doorway without getting caught on each other.
No, just picture the efficiency. If only we could load and unload like airplanes like that.
Like a zipper.
But yeah, I was just gonna chuck them in the portable hole.
Where they will suffocate.
Not in like 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah. So what's with all those guys? Oh, don't worry about that. Get rid of the hole? Alright. This is on my person. I'm going through that.
Shows the bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's gotta be a crime, right?
it's like you want to go against the lawyers because that's the rules.
They got immunity.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
We lottied
So
all our way
we'll
across.
go ahead and put the tracer down here so we at least can get back to this portal. And then we'll just go to where they are.
Nick, you're acting like these tracers cost money.
Oh no, I'm not worried about the tracer. I'm worried about the time and the effectiveness of the gnolls after we get them.
Well, we've already got the rubber shield guys. These are the only other people that we can bring with us.
Yeah, the fact that we think we need more people.
Whoa. Not we.
Yeah, me and Vic definitely want to just go and start smacking the demon lord.
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty pumped up on Divine Fury. I'm ready.
I'm 100% just want to make them waste that fate on Demon Lord Rebirth.
I want us to have the fate.
The
though.
Demon Lord didn't get spanked by those mortals.
We can't have the faith.
Yeah, we can. If it's a physical card that they don't have to use, we can beat that guy up and take it. If he had,
That's not how it works.
That's not
If he has
You
to
can't steal it. He has to use it on them.
then why wouldn't they just say, "Okay, now use your fate like this" or with the phone?
Where's your sense of dramatic flair? You can't just have the dude using the fates from way back there. He's got to go to the Demon Lord and do a big ceremony.
Because
No, he
otherwise
has to
there
go to
wouldn't
the
be
Demon Lord and hand it to him. So
Nick,
that's the
otherwise
hand
it
it
wouldn't
to
be
him.
a movie.
But if you try and take it from him, he uses it. Is the point. If he's not wanting to get rid of it, then he could use it.
Now, how quick is a reaction time to death? Can he use that technically from beyond the grave?
He might be.
You know,
I'm
well,
pretty sure
they would guess so.
It requires an action. He needs a
They
turn.
would assume as much.
If you can kill him within one turn, though.
Since they used it while they were in the afterlife and all that.
Yeah.
But we
But
picked
they
it up
also
in the
had
afterlife.
it in the afterlife.
Yeah, we picked it up in the afterlife.
So,
Your concept of the cards has not been the physical card is the thing.
then
But
why
that
is
isn't
he
to say-
having to take it to him?
But that isn't to say that it can't be moved.
Nick, why do you not want the movie to happen?
I just
why
want
is
the
that
movie
there?
to have some
Because
logic.
Because
the
then
movie has to happen.
Yeah, because if it doesn't, then the movie doesn't happen.
Sorry. Okay, fine. Last session, I drew the card. You lose. Is that more fun for you?
It would at least make sense. I'm just saying, if there's a thing to do it, we should be
Maybe
able to
he's
explain
not
it.
intelligent. Maybe he's less smart than you.
These are fanatics. They can't do it without direct representation.
He's an NPC. He doesn't have the soul to use it.
Until we kill him, then all of a sudden has the soul. And then unfortunately he comes back as himself right there, as we stare at him.
Yeah, the soul gaining is the dramatic part.
He drew 2 cards, and the first card was the one that lets him physically hold the next card. You're holding your next draw. Duh.
Anyway.
Also, stops trying to ruin the movie.
I'm just saying.
I do appreciate that everyone else likes it. I hope you like it too.
Why does that happen? So the movie can happen.
Fair enough.
It's like, okay,
I'm gonna need
that
you to go
makes
ahead and
sense
get
if you're
all the way
explaining it
off
that
my
way.
back about this, Nick.
You don't know why, because you don't have all the details of it.
No.
We're gonna need you to go ahead and get all the way off his
little
back.
intelligent leap. If he has to take it to the Demon Lord, it's so the Demon Lord could use it.
And the real answer is Hades is a snarky asshole.
I get the feeling.
Yeah, that's probably yes.
I get the feeling he's not going to get off my back about this.
Yeah, you're still on my back. Ooh, ow. You're still on it. Oh, let me get off that thing.
Okay, if my insight and intelligence says actually kidnapping and or killing this guy in transit is not going to help, let's go punch the Demon Lord.
No. Your insight would be if you get him, you can force him to use it.
Yeah.
If you kill him, he will waste it to save his own life.
No.
At which point he will probably have endangered his own life because he's just betrayed.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're 100% going to kill him the second he comes back. He's a cultist. He earned it. Hope he has the wisdom to be like, I would like to change the fates where they don't find, so that they can't find me.
I would like to change the fates where I never made that decision to follow that guy.
Yeah.
And then he's gone. He's just sitting, nice farm work, pleasant life.
He's gone. He's
Blissfully
sitting there
unaware.
eating, he's
I
sitting there
don't know.
eating absinthe
Did
fruit.
you have a plan to intercept them that would take up this time instead?
It's just that this will take tomorrow's tree stride as well as today's tree stride.
Don't know that.
That depends. How far do you end up?
I'm saying...
It's a luck check.
Yeah, it's
You know it.
It's a luck check. More than likely, more than a day to travel back to this point.
And what are you going to do today? Because he tried his scry and he couldn't find where the guy was going.
We could go to different points where there are actually trees near those other points and get those locked down with other scries.
Huh?
You can scry an area, can't you?
Yes, if I know where I'm looking.
Mm-hmm. But that would have also had to have been there. We can use the Hermes thing, theoretically, to go to the depths and the other one.
What's the other one?
I think the ice plains?
I think it's Ernie's.
Yeah, it's where we're at or the beach. No,
I'm
those
pretty
are...
sure it's where you're at, it's
Yeah, the last
wine
one.
drops, or it's the depths.
Yeah. So we could use a
It's
transport...
terrible that I'm starting to memorize the paths on that ridiculous map I made.
Yeah.
You
So
know what you're supposed
we
to
could
do?
literally use...
When I made it, I looked at it and I said, this is so convoluted. I'm never going to be able to remember all this. But at this point, I'm like, okay, it's starting to work. So maybe it wasn't as ridiculous as I
That's what
thought.
school tells you. Repetition, repetition, repetition.
I was saying,
So-
people get around New York on the subway system all the time, and that crap's confusing.
Mm.
So we could back out of here, go to the point in the Ernie's one that leads to there, get a tree there, and then use our Ares connection, not Ares, Hermes connection to get to the depths and get stuff near that gate.
You are smart. There's a fair chance that the passage here has trees somewhat nearby, but there aren't tons of trees here on the mountainside.
Yeah.
But there are some, so you can probably get at least close.
If nothing else, we
The
could
depths
use us. and-
almost certainly does not have a tree in it because it's underwater.
But it's probably got a large plant somewhere.
There's not some
Probably
rich
nowhere
dude,
near it.
not some rich dude out there with some giant tree going, look at this actual wood under the water.
I mean, there probably is in the city.
Now,
But most likely, from all you've seen, the passage is going to be on the outside of the dome, and the city is in the middle of it.
Yeah.
another thing.
Furthermore, while you have trees that you can go to Mel Islosian in Wine Drops, that's there, or there are even some islands you probably could see trees on. But the other two passages you've seen have basically been docks that are anchored to the outside, and they're all man-made, and they don't have any plants growing on them.
But we also have Austin and can fix that with plant growth.
Which he would have to be there to
Doesn't
do.
grow a tree, just makes plants grow.
Okay. We'll go spend $25 and get a token.
Tree.
No.
There's literally a very cheap magical item that'll make a full-size
So-
tree.
So
It's like we're doing this. Well, we asked for
In two of those areas, you would, I mean,
no,
underwater, there would be nowhere for it to anchor.
So
Doesn't matter. There's not a tree.
And it's sinking further and further
so
away.
the way that he would end up
Or floating up towards the center, I
It's
guess.
tree. It's fine.
So the way that he would end up getting into Gilmanheim is through whatever, essentially like an unlicensed portal that's not going to be one of the corporation-run ones.
That would be the most likely case.
But
Also a possibility.
if we were going to assume that he's going to be getting through his whatever secondary jumps
Mhm.
through one of the corporate run portals, as long as we've been there, we could scry the whatever, essentially the check-in station, and wait to see if he comes through any of those. And because it takes time in order to get checked, we might be able to just use our Hermes thing to just jump straight to that portal and
Well-
catch him in the checkpoint.
Well, what are the chances of our 10 minutes of scry him passing through right then?
probably not very good if we're going to be doing an area.
But either way, are we dead set on using this time to either try to hunt down that guy more or do the gnolls?
I think hunting down that guy would be a lot more useful than talking to the dog people.
Especially since we can't talk to them right now.
Yeah,
We can. I just have to spend 1,000 gold worth of stuff and use a 5th level spell to do it.
That's true. You could hollow and add tongues to the area.
Yes.
Also, well, yeah, you'd have to prepare.
No, the thing that we can go ahead and do with the gnolls is what he suggested. We'll go ahead and blow this portal up to be super huge, and then tomorrow we can use a sending spell using tongues in order to tell them to come to it.
Again, if
I don't
they're
have sending either.
You can
You
still
could
prepare
tomorrow.
it.
Also, that doesn't actually solve the problem of if we assume they're within a half-day walk from right here.
Oh,
Because if we could...
it's just a shot in the dark,
Yeah,
but we're not wasting any further time on it.
but then wouldn't we have to come back to the Arnese Mountains to pick them up if they actually got through there?
No,
Or we're waiting here?
we could just.
There are trees within probably 40 minutes from where this portal is. You could go to, like, on the other side.
But also leaving a natural disaster where gnolls can just swarm and anything else from there swarm through seems anti-foul beast mode.
We can worry about it later.
I think this is the bigger fish to fry conundrum.
Also, I mean, there's a dragon there. What's the foul beast going to do? Turn into food? Sounds like
Worship the dragon, so the dragon has an army. Dragon starts.
They are percent. Yeah, they are.
Dragon starts a breeding program, builds up a gnoll army, treats it like a game, starts invading other regions.
I'm okay with this.
I mean, that's like the only chance of us ever returning to this world.
I'm super alright with dragon hunting. I've never actually gotten to do that in a D&D game where our like stated goal was hunting dragons.
I feel like a couple of times we've had you were one of the people who said we shouldn't fight the dragon.
We were level 9.
and I
it was an
pretty
elder
confident
dragon.
we could take it. It was a good aligned dragon. It would have pulled its punches.
It would not have.
I'm almost certain it would have.
Also,
If a toddler comes up and picks a fight with you, you don't take that toddler seriously. Level 9 might have been too high. We should have gone at level 1. We definitely would have got away with it at level 1.
We got away with it anyways. We stole a bunch of crap.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
and
It all worked out.
that's not true. Technically, the Jan Monk's game was all about dragon hunting in the end.
We weren't hunting them. We were just
Well,
befriending them.
No, it was mostly that one dragon showing up at the end of the campaign. It's like, I'm the boss. Oh, you are?
We still need to put the work into actually like making monster parts into gear as far as like a system.
Yeah.
What?
How is that relevant to this? What are you guys even talking about?
It's
Shut up!
amazing that you think relevance matters to Ron.
Shut up!
It's like you've known him long enough to know that has never been the case.
Shut up and play D&D.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, if we don't want to go ahead and spend any further time on this, we'll just make this portal real big to give them a landmark to go to, and we'll send a sending to them tomorrow, and maybe they'll show up. And then we can spend whatever the rest of the time of this day trying to figure out how to track down Coyote Man.
I guess it's the best of a bad situation of doing something incredibly stupid but not wasting our time with it.
Listen, Mr. Brains, you didn't tell us how to do anything different. Don't complain about the plan when you didn't help make any.
I did make some...
Well, no.
The only
So,
thing
so
we
how are we
make
going to
is,
track
like-
down Coyote Man?
I said visiting the places he's likely to go.
And how do you plan to do that?
With your contacts. And then setting up places for fast teleport afterwards.
Well, we can go to wine drops quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, we can already go to wine drops.
Also, do we know of services that provide scrying? Like, could we go to wine drops, pay someone to scry for us? Assumably, he can't be scryed again for 24 hours is against Austin. Or is it he cannot be scryed for 24 hours? If so, evil people would scry themselves in the morning, pass the check, can, you know.
I can't use the spell against it again
Okay.
for 24 hours.
You do not know of any services that offer that.
Well, also, you're very unlikely to fail scrying yourself because you know where you are. You have
intimate knowledge of
No,
yourself.
And you have the possessions.
Yeah, it's just like all the negatives.
I imagine just a really evil genius sending out just a daily payment to random guy. Hey, I need you to scry Luke.
No,
Yeah,
the clear option is you get enough time to you earn yourself a legendary resistance.
Mm.
To auto succeed your scry save.
Ah, yes.
Or you could just, I don't know, have an item that makes you unscry. It makes it so that no one can scry you.
You could do any
Those
of
do
those.
exist.
Yeah.
Point in fact, you can put a forbiddance on. I think that's part of one of the spells you can put on an area, which you
Yep.
just can't scry anyone in this area.
So,
Forbearance is how wizards set up the tower.
yeah. So, what places do we need to go to?
Okay, so step one. Are you expanding that portal first?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Do you leave a beacon?
Yes.
And then do you return through the tear?
Yeah.
You both feel no damage, but an uncomfortable burning as the red sap that was left behind burns away in this yellow sun.
Oh.
So you
Going
would
with
gather it's
Superman.
more. Well, I described it, but
Yeah.
you're not getting superpowers from the yellow sun.
Yeah.
It is burning away this thing. So you gather it's more than just blood, but
It's
the
it's literally vampire blood trees. They are vampire trees. They bleed and burn in the sunlight.
You know, I could make a joke about that, but it'd probably be too sappy.
Hey, that's a good way to get vampirism.
No, it's not.
from trees. It's a good way for Bushy to get vampirism.
Yeah,
And then burn in the sunlight, and therefore starving to death.
yeah.
I want the sun. I don't want the sun.
He's running it around.
He's the other NPC that
Try-
can help
Oh,
us.
what would his light do there?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
kind of
dude.
wanted to bottle that and throw it on a vampire just to see what would happen.
Let's go, Demon Lord. Okay, Demon Lord, we're not here to fight you. We're here for a peace offering because we decided, you know what, the world kind of sucks. What good? Here, have some fruit.
Eat it up.
Pretty sure he'd pass.
Have a lot of fruit.
Okay, now what was the question?
Well, what planetary chunks do we need to visit?
If we want to...
You already checked. So again, from Mirage, the paths could be Mirage to New Fair Expanse, to the Aranese Mountains to Gummenheim, Mirage to Emerald Beach, to Wine Drops to Gummenheim, or Mirage to Emerald Beach to the Depths to Gummenheim.
Slower.
The answer is Depths, Wine Drops, and Aranese Mountains are the final stops.
Mm-hmm. And Wine Drops and Depths both come from Emerald Beach, whereas Aranese Mountains, where you currently are, comes from the New Fair Expanse.
Okay.
So if nothing else, let's literally walk over to the exit here to check it.
We've already been here. We've already been to this one. That's how we got here.
No.
But not through the Gilmanheim portal.
Yeah, you
Oh,
came
oh,
from
okay.
Wine Drops.
Yeah. Okay.
Or... no, which one did you come from? You came to the portal that came from the... because you teleported here. And you went to the one that was closest to your place, so it would have been the one from the Abduria Desert.
Okay.
Is the one that you've actually been at. Because it was the closest to your temple.
Is that the desert I can't go into because of the dragon?
What's the desert where you met the dragon, yeah.
You can go there.
No, I really, really shouldn't.
I mean, you do not know where that dragon is.
That's why
And
I should
also-
go there.
Also, we all look the same to dragons. They wouldn't recognize you.
They 100%
I
would.
mean, you could scry on the dragon.
Did I meet the dragon?
No.
No,
Yeah.
but you've heard about it. I'm sure it has a really low wisdom save.
Wearing a ring on a horn.
Anyway, so Emerald expands to the depths or to Wine Drops.
So we made the portal big. We'll tell them about it tomorrow. Hopefully they can get here in time. And now we go to the other portal on here.
Okay, so you fly your way over to that, and that is...
We're in the mountains still, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Probably
Making
another.
sure I didn't care about us leaving an open portal.
Mm-hmm. This is a very semi-abandoned one, anyways. It has an active red dragon just sitting here.
There are people that are here.
But they're squirreled away in the mountains, hiding, basically.
There are people that are used to dealing with, there being dragons around too. So, it is known as where the Fluxium, the material that
All of our cool new
magic equipment and technology and all comes from. This is where that was found. So a lot of people here are mining organizations and things that work for that.
That's how they come up with new organizations. They mine them.
Yeah.
Is it the Miner Mine Code? Because miner
You
mines are
haven't
major
investigated.
business.
It could be. You don't know. It could be the major mine co. But yeah, another about 5 hours trekking through here to get to that way station.
Yeah, and the way station that goes to Gomenheim.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We'll actually talk to these guys, let them know if a ruddy elf comes by.
Or an animal.
Or we could just call it by what it is, a desert elf.
You'd actually probably around the time you get back into where the portal is, or the station is down there, you'd have signal, and you would have gotten an email that is requesting if you have photographs and evidence for them to try and.
Scrying in this mission is what I put down. It's like, use my mission case form, scrying.
If you don't have a photo, they can't even necessarily give a. They cannot just say block all of this race of people.
Sure you can. It's not even hard. They look the same.
Yeah.
It's actually super easy.
Profiling's illegal. It's a legitimate, it's a proven workable tactic.
It's just morally not great.
And from, your mere word on it, they're not necessarily going to go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is anybody proficient with calligraphy or something?
Yes. Actually, I am.
Could you make a police sketch of them?
Okay.
He's never seen them.
Yeah.
What?
I saw him through the VCR.
Ryan, or Austin
Yeah,
did.
no, if he's doing a police sketch, describe them and then he draws it. That's how police sketches are.
Also, I thought we could look into the kettle of fish and see.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
Well, he took
Okay,
up the whole
I'm going
thing.
to try and police sketch him. I didn't do well.
Also tan. We didn't have watercolors with us.
Yeah, 11. Yeah, if I don't get a stat to it, that is.
It's an elf.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely not orcs.
We at least know his name, so we can give him that information.
Yeah, but they don't check people's names.
Tell them to start.
Well, yeah, and they just stop and ask the name of any desert elf who comes through.
Still racial profiling and...
No,
It's like,
that
what
we
do they
know
care?
that that's what he is.
Why do you think that they would be against this somehow?
Yeah, what
Because-
part of this evil corporation do you feel
yeah,
like is
well,
going to
what's
object?
your problem?
I feel they would object because it would be a change in things, and the evil corporation just doesn't care enough and doesn't believe this is real. Why would they? Just on our word.
Because we putting out an APB on somebody who's obviously committed crimes.
How do you feel about them calling the corporation evil?
I mean,
No, not evil.
that's empirically not wrong.
No.
I mean, not correct. There we go, not correct.
It can't be evil.
Freudian
It's
slip
not
there.
a person.
It can't be evil. The corporations bring order and law.
Yes, but
That's
you
a-
will
that is-
agree
that is an inherent force for good.
that they are slow to act, in. Because they must consider all
that's what
sides.
Well, aren't
You gotta
you
work
just
the bureaucracy.
negative Nancy today?
I'm trying to play a character who's not, but you guys are insane!
Whoa. No, I'm not.
You haven't filled out that
I
paperwork.
have paper that says I'm not.
Different characters.
So yeah, we spy a tree near here. We talk to these guys about them. It's like, just in case he does show up.
There's probably a tree that's probably about only 15 minutes away from this way station.
Why not just get trees in Gelmenheim?
Because as
We-
far as we
we
know
can-
about Gelmenheim, it's a freaking rocky beach.
I imagine there's trees somewhere in Gelmenheim.
I mean, we could poke our head through on the assumption that we won't immediately be smited. But
what
we
is
might
assumption?
immediately be smited.
Now, why would you? I don't think that'll happen.
But yeah, we could theoretically just go to Gelmenheim and
Yeah.
we'll
Fight the demon?
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with this. You want us to fight the demon lord,
What's the
Nick.
worst that could happen?
Look at you jumping on the bandwagon.
I mean, if 3 out of 4 people want to go fight the demon
The worst
lord,
that could happen is you could have to do the end boss battle twice.
Exactly.
That's fine.
That sounds like twice as much fun.
We get time to learn and strategize for the second time.
Have to strategize.
We got that strategization
It's a
going.
good point. You shouldn't be able to get that if you're taken back in time and not.
We'll have to do some strategery.
We got that strategery running. Because if he's just like, they didn't kill him, that doesn't mean we don't know. That just means he's alive again.
But yeah, no, I think that this is at least preventable, so we don't have to do that. And
Also, we can scry just as easily in Gildenheim as we can here.
Mhm.
And if we see tree, we can just go, and there is tree. Let us go to tree.
Once.
Yeah. And then we kill that guy who has the card. If we can find him near a tree, we should kill him. We can't find him. We don't know where he is. We have no way of tracking him down.
but we have one more day to try that before we should.
Yes, but the no way of tracking him down means that we could have 365 days to track him down. If we have no way to do it, it can't be done.
Yeah?
What?
What? How are we going to track him down?
Tomorrow he can scry again.
Yes, and if that doesn't work,
Then we go fight the demon lord.
why don't we just go fight the demon lord and then
Because
scry?
this is.
Because it might work.
Yeah, we can wait till tomorrow morning to scry again, and then if it doesn't work, go fight the demon lord.
Oh, fine. Bunch of babies.
Turns out we're too late. That elf took some coffee and decided, I'm just going to do all night.
He did go all night. That's
some
exactly
Red
what he
Bulls.
did.
All day.
So, do we want to go to
I
Gildenheim or
don't
do
know.
anything else?
If we contacted the Hermes
What was
people-
your thing on Mirage?
Huh?
You had a probably history check.
Yeah, it was 26.
Let's read from this book here. This subtropical desert offers nothing but death beneath the day's scorching sun. If the heat doesn't kill you, then the rocks that call the desert home will.
So, he can only travel at night.
I mean, maybe.
Yes,
No.
but it also means he's theoretically not going to be any plants during any of this time, but he could have traveled all night and gotten off that plane.
Yeah, so it depends if he was still on that plane or not. But if he was still there, then he would be stuck there. So he would have had to take shelter and wait.
Which we don't know.
Which you do not know, because you failed your scry.
Yeah.
So,
No, I didn't fail nothing. He rolled, not me.
yeah. So, let's
It's one of
just...
the great things about Scry. I don't have to roll any dice.
Is there anything else we want to do today? Go any place or anything?
Because
Or
currently
just
you
fast forward?
found a tree about 10, 15 minutes from that base, and you have not actually looked into that way station at all that goes to Gildenheim.
No, I'll go ahead and go into the way station.
If nothing else, we can go and open up the view through portal function and look out at Gildenheim, just in case they have the entrances alarmed or something.
Yeah, I can do that. Use the portal gun to view through the portal to see on the other side into Gelmenheim.
Okay. Well, I mean, you get here, and it's, the, militant force kind of pointing their weapons at the portal.
Oh, same as whatever the Line
Line
drops.
drops, give
Yeah.
them paperwork and let them call that in. And
Yeah, go ahead and talk to the guys and tell them that we've been tasked by the Hermes Corporation to take care of some of the guys that are on this side, and that we might have additional forces coming to assist us.
I don't usually hate that many people at once.
Yeah.
No offense.
We understand. But we has anybody been on the other side of the portal as far as scoping it out?
On the other side?
Yeah. No?
We don't look.
Don't
Stay
look?
over here.
Alright. I need to take a look for the operation.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Comes back. He's got a gun. Shoot him.
You go through?
We were just doing the portal
I go
gun thing
into
where we
the
look at it.
godly realm that
Okay.
acts as the connection.
Yeah. So here. Yeah, you step out on the side of a very steep mountain. There are these stairs that kind of wind their way up this mountainside. Little altars along the way, and the mountain just seems to stretch up into the clouds.
Oh,
Olympus.
No, you probably have to go up there and find out if you're dragonborn.
mm-hmm.
Count the steps as you go. It's more fun that way.
But there's temples?
Not temples, but shrines.
No,
along there.
shrines.
Yeah.
Can I
Altars.
take a look at one of the shrines?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Going over. Nearest one here is that depicting beautiful woman reclining. There are just golden coins in sort of a dish along the base of it.
She isn't
If
those
you
ones.
look at them, are the thing that says that they're coins, is that red or white? Because that determines whether they're your coins or not.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My coins?
I go ahead and toss a couple gold coins into the offering bowl. And while I'm here, I'll go ahead and pray to the gods of Mount Olympus that we will be facing a great and powerful enemy in the connecting place of Gilmanheim. If any of the brave heroes wish to assist us, we will be going within the next day or so.
Maybe.
So you get a guy who looks like The Rock walking down with a big lion head on his head.
And he's like, no.
He's just like,
believe
listen,
you."
I just got over killing my kids, so my kids
Anyway.
just died, and I killed them, so I'm
Then
a
I'll
little
go ahead and
emotionally
use
unavailable right now.
the portal gun to look through the portal that goes into Gilmanheim and see what's on the other side.
The room is dark, but it is the inside of a way station. Little streams of light from certain points where, it has been slammed into and bricks have fallen out. But still mostly intact.
It's dark but mostly intact.
You see a few of the stretching lights from the low sun.
Okay. Genji, go forward and come back and tell me what's what's over there.
Oh, it enters. Comes back. It's a way station.
Alright.
The door is shut.
And
Genji does not have
notoriously,
opposable thumbs.
motorcycles can't open doors. They're not like raptors.
Alright. Yeah. Whatever. I'll go on the other side and open the door and look out.
You go on the other side, and you first notice the stench. And you can hear the sound of crows from the other side of the outside the building. Opening the door, probably about 3 or 4 feet off is just this azure worm that is half just sort of corpse style. Like it is just like the bottom half of it. The top is just picked apart. And as you open the door, just a flock of crows just fly off. But otherwise, it's a nice little, or was once a nice little cottage setup. Array of little housing right here around the entrance. Park. It's been torn through. Looks like it was a little vacation sort of entry area at one point.
How's the foliage?
Make a luck check.
11.
11. There would be trees that would be large enough, except they've been uprooted and died. So I don't know if your spell requires the trees to be alive or not.
I believe it does. Let me check the wording there. I know it has to be inanimate, so bushy wouldn't work, even if he was big enough.
Both trees must be living and the same size as you. So yeah, dead trees I don't think work.
But I mean, you can kind of look out. You think you'd have to travel for a bit distance to get close enough look at them to travel to them, but there are other trees along the thing, so probably if you wanted to walk through for about a half hour. And obviously he would have to be the one to see it anyways, but
he's the one who asked.
But you know, in other words, like that would be a possibility. There are things here that there are trees here that would count for that.
I'm not sure why we would want to do that to Gilmanheim specifically, because if he gets to Gilmanheim, basically we'd just be trying to run him down before he gets to the Demon Lord.
We are pretty fast.
It would be a way back to Gilmanheim.
Yeah, but if we, I guess, if we need to get back here some other way. But yeah, I'll bring it up and go ahead and return.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't instantly smoted and a demon didn't just show up as soon as you walk through?
Not unless his stench counts.
Yeah, see, that's tree stride. Transport via plant does not have a condition about them both being alive.
Oh, I was looking tree stride.
Yeah, inanimate plant, larger, within range, and another plant at any distance on the same plane of existence.
And tree stride specifies living?
Tree
Tree
stride
stride
specifies living.
Which means that the spell would specify if it needed to be living, theoretically.
Yeah.
So, do you make the same passage?
Poke your head out. Yep, that's the dead tree.
Did you leave the door open?
Yeah, I didn't close it.
Okay.
If someone comes through, they'll gun it down.
Crows.
They have literally barricaded it from that end for the goal of having to gun down as little as possible.
It's like dicks.
But we're still looking the place out, and I know
Yeah.
that he's got to go and look at it, so I'll leave that.
Yeah.
And yeah,
His
we know
choice.
there are trees here.
Yep. You
Is
go look
thi-
at them?
Is this a valid option for
Apparently.
transport?
Yep.
Then yes, fantastic. This works.
Alright.
You feel like you might fall out prone if you went to it because of the way that it is. You know,
Yeah.
if you walk forward through a normal tree, you'd probably end up prone. But other than that,
You know, portals, man.
yeah. Do you leave the door open?
No?
Go back in. Gross. Walk through portals.
Alright. So, the other places that he has to go through are either the Emerald place or New Fair Expanse.
Yes, for random places he has to walk through, versus in points he has to go through.
Mm-hmm. Because Emerald Expanse is the one that goes both to Wine Drops and to the Depths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's go.
New Fair is the expanse. Emerald is the beach.
Right.
Yeah. Emerald Beach.
Emerald Expanse, New Fair Beach. You wound up in the very wrong place. Good job, dummy.
So he can't scry for 24 hours, but that 24 hours is still currently going on for,
Yeah.
as far as us.
So he tried it in the morning.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's heading to, it's
And
evening at this point.
And if he had to make any sort of stops in Mirage and took additional time, we might be able to at least catch him on the endpoints of either New Fair or Emerald.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to theoretically call up contacts and portal them to here, then portal us to the Emerald Shores? Nope.
Beach.
Yeah, Emerald Beach and New Fair. If he tries to go through the Aranis Mountains, we've at least already been here.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Or
open up a
Blind Rocks.
restaurant at Emerald Beach called Emerald Shores, just so it actually exists.
There may be. It's a popular vacation destination for those with money.
Well, the dragons are. We can always tell the dragon that there's this desert elf that got this ruddy complexion, and they've been talking nothing but nonsense about how red dragons are really, really stupid. Apparently, they're really up on blue dragons for some reason, and red dragons are just trash. They didn't know that. They said such horrible things. I won't even bother to remember them because they were just ghastly.
So we set a red dragon out for genocide for reasons.
I mean, hey,
Congratulations.
it worked.
There's now a red dragon stomping around Mirage, just murdering people. Not the right person either.
If you prepare...
Also, how would he get there?
Yeah, exactly. It's just I just guard dotted the mountains.
Theoretically,
The
he would have-
magical dragon? With magic, probably.
The dragons can just fly between the chunks.
Oh, they're immune to space?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you know that. Did I tell you that?
Well, the blue dragon's coming.
What? Why? What did I do?
You know what you did.
I didn't get a save.
I haven't saved versus scrying.
He had been rolling mid behind the DM screen.
Yeah, that's why I set that triple DM screen area. I had to roll some dice.
Don't worry, you've been failing.
I don't see how.
Every time it scries you, you're not within either range of either of us.
Hmm.
Just by chance.
Mm-hmm.
I still have decent will save. I have plus 10 to will save. Oh, your glasses.
Your glasses?
Bro.
Oh, well, that
just
explains why
got
you
those.
couldn't find it, too.
Those are like brand new. They're less than 2
Exactly.
months old.
Hey, everyone thinks Velma's
Jinkies.
exaggerating until you actually have to go stomping around for your glasses, and you're like, damn it.
Oh, no,
I am Velma.
I've been there in a water park in like a lazy river when they get... That was almost a ruined
Yeah,
vacation.
everyone thinks, how hard could it be? And then you drop your glasses, it's like,
Oh, wait, I can't see.
yeah,
Why
that's
don't
right.
you just put the little dumb scrunchy thingy on it?
And, you know,
You know, the thing that attaches to your glasses.
Oh, I do now. I was a child then, and because of that,
Oh,
I
your
do.
parents didn't love you.
Oh,
In the short time I had to wear glasses, I got little scrunchy things put on them whenever we did something that would require me to lose them.
but before we go hop off and doing all of that, I wanted to talk to the Aranis Mountain guys one last time.
That being said, I also
Um,
used to jump off stuff, so...
I wanted to, and it's like, also, guys, if you could do me a big favor, if you end up coming across a desert elf who's
We talked to him.
Looks
about
like
the
this.
Guy.
Stick figure.
and it's like,
Glorified stick figure.
and it's like there's a desert elf who has the ability to not wild shape, but
Transform into a coyote.
Yeah,
He's got
He's a Monkari Elf.
Yeah, he's
got
Monkari
that
elf.
leprosy.
Yeah.
And from so he's got the wear.
And in general, if they do have the ability to turn into a coyote, they do not make that public information. That is rumor and hearsay. That is a tribe secret. That is...
well, this
Yeah.
one definitely can.
Yeah, well, I mean, point being, they're not going to be letting just someone outside see them do it.
Oh.
Also, yeah, don't let any stray coyotes through the portal
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, and it's like so. We have.
They would chuckle at that, because they know the rumor, but...
No, serious business. We've seen it.
Yeah, so we've got a were-coyote Monkari Elf who's currently wanted. Prevent him at all costs from entering this portal. If you could do that for me.
Well, Ares hasn't said anything specific about it as far as being wanted yet, but unless they've given paperwork to him to get clearance, then we
No.
don't let people pass.
He'd be trying to sneak through. Probably as a small animal.
Yeah, he'd be trying to
So
sneak
just-
through.
Feel free to shoot any small animals that try to go through that portal.
I don't expect they let small animals into the literal building they would have to walk through to get
I'm
in.
just saying, if you see one, don't think, okay, cool, squirrel, on your way.
I'm just saying, there's videos of like ducks wandering into superstores and stealing crap and leaving. If that
We
starts
have had
happening,
ducks wander through before.
yeah, just shoot them all.
I think they just normally are on their way up the mountain
Yeah, just eat
to the
them.
gods.
Mm-hmm.
Ducks are tasty.
But anyway. Yeah, just try to impress that upon them, so they'd at least be able to maybe prevent it. But
Yeah.
anyway, so
Do we call for a transfer or bunk down and try scrying again tomorrow?
well, we can do the movement now because that's time independent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless we want to save one of the teleports for.
Also,
That's
remember,
fine.
as far as the teleports through them, you have to be on one of the 3 chunks that has.
Oh,
the-
they won't
the
just come out
cities.
here.
Yeah, they have to be somewhere where they can get to, where they have people.
That's why I thought you would have to burn 2. One to get them to this portal right now, and another to get you someplace else.
No, you would need to get to them. Now, from a tree, he can use this thing to go to, say, the temple in Wine Drops, or to anywhere in
Giant's Bay.
Giant's Bay, yeah. So you can easily get to one of those with that ability.
Oh, so we could get to Emerald Beach or.
Well, no, you could get to one of the urban centers where you could then use the ability, but you would have to go somewhere in order to do
So
that.
yeah, use his teleport in order to get to a place that we could then
Yeah,
use their.
get them to take you to a place you can't normally get to.
Okay.
I don't know, you still have some spells left. Can you scry Emerald Beach?
Nope.
No?
I'm out.
Oh, you're out? Okay.
You don't have 6 level spells?
No, that would be the free
Nope,
stride.
I used one on the guy and failed, then I tried some nulls.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Do you still have Tree Stride?
I still have tree stride.
Okay, so yeah.
where are we
Not
going?
tree stride, transfer via
Yeah.
plants.
Okay.
Well, that's what we're deciding, Bob.
Yeah, I know. We can go back to the temple in Wine Drops too.
Yeah, he can use Word of Recall, so then teleport via plants is still with us.
So, yeah, let's just go back to Wine Drops, figure out what do more from there, whether we want to use the area or Hermes to. Because even if we do, that's still like 4 or 5 hours out from Wine Drops to get to any of their portals.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning it would be the middle of our sleepy time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what were the other 3 locations that we could use the
Oh, as far as
City
the places,
centers?
yeah, the urban centers. So,
Giants, Wine Drops.
yeah, Giants Bay, Wine Drops, and the
one
Spotted
we
Hills.
haven't gone to.
The Spotted Hills.
Oh, so we don't know the Spotted Hills.
Mm-mm.
Would Giants Bay be faster? Would they still be there for us to do that?
They would still be there too. It would be about the same distance to get to a
Because,
portal.
yeah, from Giants Bay, the actual city, you still have to go out on a boat for a couple hours to get to the portal.
The nearest one, yeah.
Oh.
Because the nearest one was the one that went to Dual Docks that you guys took the group of people to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the cities are in the middle. None of them are right next to a portal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then it doesn't matter which one we go to
Mm-hmm.
if they're equal in that fashion.
So
Yeah, Word of Recall to Wine Drops.
okay, the Word of Recall to the temple in Wine Drops.
Yeah, because that way he's instead, and he still has tree to get random. And do you, here in the evening, get them set out where you're heading to?
So, which one would we want to go to? The Emerald place or to the new fair?
Technically, you have time. Do you gather them to start going? Because technically, you have time to make that decision while you're on the boat. If you're like, we're going to one of these right now, you could.
Oh, yeah, we need to gather our shield guys. Our rubber shield guys.
Now you know that that's going to make it too many people to go through that teleportation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
We just need to get their paperwork done, I guess.
Yeah, we can stop for the evening, get them cleared to go through the portal. Maybe. But it's nighttime.
Hermes is closed.
Yeah.
You'd wait till morning if you wanted that.
So it might just be best to stop, get their paperwork done, scry in the morning, see if we can treat straight to the guy. If not, just set up out from Wine Drops to the Demon Lord with these guys from Wine Drops. That is my suggestion. Scry in the morning, if not, get paperwork done, murder Demon Lord.
You know what? we're right about time. If you would like, we can go ahead and we can call it here as you've just returned to the temple and trying to figure out what to do. Give you guys a little time to think about your plans. I guess technically you'd have made it once back to Urban Center if you want to roll cryptocurrency in case you get some... Hey, you got a 10! With the first 10 you got?
Yeah, it is.
8, 9... You're going to get a 1 this time. They all did so good.
6.
Well, that's low for you. Join us next time and we'll see what they decide to do.
What can I get at 25?
We'll find out.
Next
At
time.
25, you can get a rare magic item.
Huh.
Join us next time. Bye.